So in the previous classes, we have discussed regarding the theodolite, right? We have discussed what is theodolite, how the measurement of theodolite, that is horizontal and the vertical angle should be taken, right? What are the temporary and permanent adjustments that is there in your theodolite, right? We everything we have discussed regarding the theodolite. Now, in today's class, we will be discussing regarding the trigonometric leveling. In today's class, we will be discussing regarding the trigonometric leveling. Now, before going to the trigonometric leveling, right, we have done the leveling in our previous semester, right? Why we do levelings? Why we do leveling? Can anybody tell me why we do leveling? Yes. Why leveling is necessary?
For
Why
adjusting
leveling
the
is necessary?
instrument,
To understand. To understand.
to
Yes.
adjust the instrument, sir.
No, no, no. Why we do leveling? Not only the theodolite leveling I am speaking. I am talking about the leveling, entire leveling experiments. Might be with a dumpy level. Why we do that? What is the purpose of doing leveling?
to overcome undulations.
To see to see what is how the earth surface is, whether there is an inclination, whether there
Sir,
is an
for filling
declination.
and cutting work.
Yeah, yeah, right. So, in order to understand how the earth profile is there, whether it is a slope is there, whether the ground is level, whether there is an inclination, declination, right? So, how much cutting and filling is going to be required? Oh, that is the reason why we study this leveling, right? We study this leveling. I'm not speaking about the instrument leveling. I'm speaking regarding the entire surveying, right? Leveling, right? We are going to have the leveling, say reciprocal leveling, then your other different types of levelings are there. Well, the reason is why we are going to do it in order to know how the earth profile is there, whether inclination, declination, right, cutting is required, filling is required, in order to understand, right? Suppose this is your ground level. Just a minute. Suppose this is your ground level, right? If I don't have anything, if I can measure the distance by using tape, right? I can measure the distance by using tape, right? I can measure the distance by using tape. But how should I know how the undulations are there in the ground? So I can see it, right? I can have the undulations. See, here the height will be different. Here the height will be different. Or sometimes might be the earth profile will be like this, right? So here your instrument is there and you want to check the level at here, right? So if you want to have that, we will be using the see, in order to see how the earth surface is, right? In order to understand, right, we will be doing the leveling experiment. We will be doing the leveling experiment. So that is the reason why we will do the leveling. But when it comes to the trigonometric leveling, right? When it comes to the trigonometric leveling, right? It is an indirect method of leveling, right? In this method, the difference in elevation of the points, right? In this method, the differentiation, right? The difference in elevation of points is determined from the observed vertical angle and from the measured distances. Here, if I want to determine, see, if I want to determine, here you are going to stand, right, with the instrument, and here will be your point, which height you want to determine. See, I can determine by leveling, by having the normal leveling, right, with until the stop of 3 meter, I can do the normal leveling. But I cannot do the leveling when the point to be sighted and the instrument with the normal dumpy level. I need to use the theodolite. So that is the purpose of using the theodolite. With the help of theodolite, now here there is a difference between the 2 points, right? How I can measure this? I can measure it by the using the vertical angle. That is the upper circle of your theodolite. So I can measure by knowing this angle, right? By knowing this angle and by knowing the horizontal distance in between these 2 points, right? I can the horizontal distance. It is I have drawn it a slope, but I am interested in the horizontal distance, exact horizontal distance between the 2 points, right? This is point A and point Q. If I know the distance between these 2 points, if I know the distance between the 2 points, And if I know, right, if I know the angle that from A what I am going to intersect, I can calculate the height of this particular, right, the height of this particular point Q from the line of sight. That is, from A, I can calculate the height of the point Q. So we will read it once again. In this method, the difference in elevation of the points is measured from the observed vertical angle and the measured distances. So I am interested here, I am interested in to determine this vertical height H by the known distance between A to Q, right? I know the distance D and I know the vertical angle. So this is what the trigonometric leveling is. I hope it is understood. Yes. Is it clear? From the known vertical angles and known the distance, we can determine the height, right? From the known, just a minute, from the known distance, the horizontal distance D, and from the known angle theta, I can measure the height of I can measure the difference in elevation between the 2 points. Is it clear to you all? Yes, is it clear?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
No? No?
Yeah.
To whom it is not clear? Manoj, is it not clear to you? To whom it is not clear? Everybody is clear with this concept? Just a minute, I will tell it once again. I'll tell it once again. Right. I want this, so that is the reason why I'm minimizing it. Okay. Now, I'll repeat it once again. See, my Earth profile is like this, right? My Earth profile is like this, and I am normal with a dumpy level, right? With a dumpy level, can I measure this particular height? Yes, tell me, with the dumpy level, because you don't have vertical angle, you cannot have the inclination of your telescope. With the dumpy level, can I measure this height difference? Yes?
No.
Can anybody tell me? No.
No.
Okay. Now here, by using theodolite, since we can measure the vertical angle, see, we can measure the vertical angle, right? By using this, I can sight this, right? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now in trigonometric leveling, now what we do is, now this distance we know. This distance, this is your point A, your station point A, and this is your station point B, right? Now I know this is your line of sight. This is your line of sight. It should be horizontal, but here in paint it is it doesn't come up properly. So this is your horizontal line. From this line, right? Now I know the angle theta, right? From the angle theta I know between this, let us this particular point I will take it as C. I know the horizontal, this I made it 0. See, and here if I want to read an angle CAB, right? I will take it as say 20 degree, 15 minutes. 15 minutes I will take, and 40 seconds, right? So can I measure this particular angle, and this distance I will take it as 50 meters? Can I do it? Yes, can I do it? Yes, this distance I know, and this angle I know, right? I want to find out the height of the difference of height between these two particular points. So this I can find it out by using the trigonometric leveling, right? If I want to find out the difference in elevation between the 2 points, right? Between the 2 points, if I want to find out the difference in elevation between the 2 points, now by having the known distance D between the 2 points and having the angle theta between the 2 points, I can measure this difference in elevation. So this is what the trigonometric leveling does. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, Manoj, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this
Yes,
is
sir.
what the trigonometric leveling does. Okay, now the vertical angles are measured with the transit theodolite. Right here in your trigonometric leveling, we use theodolite in order to have measured the vertical angle. The distance are measured directly or computed trigonometrically, right? The distances are measured directly. Sometimes the distances are measured directly. If the distance is available to us, then we are going to measure it, or else we are going to determine it by trigonometric method, right? The here, not the difference in elevation. Next is trigonometric leveling is commonly used in, right, topographical work to find out the elevation of the top of the building, chimneys and church spires and so on, right? Why trigonometric leveling is used is, right, height of the building, in order to determine the height of building, chimneys, right? All these things, if you want to determine, we can use it, right? We can use the trigonometric leveling, and we can find out the height of all these things, right? Next is, also, it can be used to advantage in difficult terrain such as mountainous areas. If we want to determine the height of a certain point, right? If we cannot go there, right, from a distance itself, we can measure that the height of that particular element, right? In a mountain terrain, we know that it is going to be very difficult for us in order to go and take the exact measurements. So that is the reason why we will be using all these things. Now, depending upon the field conditions and the measurements that can be made with the instruments available, there can be innumerable cases. Now, we will have one particular case, right? We will study one particular case, determination of elevation of object when the base is accessible, the object is vertical, right? Now, determination of the elevation of object, right? Determination of elevation of object. This is the elevation of this is what the elevation of object when the base is accessible, right? When the base is accessible and the object is vertical. When the base is accessible and the object is vertical, how we can determine the distance? How we can determine the distance, right? How we can determine the height, that we are going to study in this particular method, right? Here, what is the condition? Determination of elevation of an object when the base is accessible and the object is vertical. Now here the base is visible and the object is, right, accessible. Now here in this case we know the distance t, and we can determine, right? We can determine the height of the object, right? We can determine the height of the object. Okay. Now we will see, right? Before that, we should know certain other aspects also, right? Before that, we should know some of the other aspects, right? So here, you should know what is trigonometry. You should know what is tan theta, right? I think you know what is tan theta. If this is your triangle, right? This is your angle theta, right? This is opposite upon adjacent, and this is the distance d, right? And this is the height h. Now this is point, let us consider this is point PQR, right? This is going to make an angle theta. This is your opposite to whatever the angle, whatever it is there. If we are going to make an angle theta with it, now the opposite of the angle side, we call it as an opposite, and then this base we call it as an adjacent, and this we call it as an hypotenuse, right? So here tan theta is equal to opposite upon adjacent. Tan theta is equal to opposite upon adjacent. So tan theta is equal to h by d. Now opposite, we are having the difference between the 2 points, the height h, and d is the horizontal distance. This is the vertical height h, and the d is the horizontal distance. So if you want to determine, right, if you want to determine the height, now we are interested in order to determine the difference in the height between the 2 points. So how we can determine it? By using the trigonometry. So tan theta is equal to h divided by d. Now h is what? Opposite, and d is what? Yeah, adjacent. This is your d. So h is equal to d tan theta. We are going to use it. Is it clear? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Junaid, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Now, we will consider the first case, right? We will consider the first case, that is, right, determination of elevation of object when the base is accessible. Here, if you see, the base is accessible, right? Here in this particular problem, right? What is happening? The base is accessible, right? The base is accessible, and right, the object is visible. So we can measure the distance d, but we are interested in order to determine the height. So here we will understand some of the concept, right? It is assumed that the horizontal distance between the instrument and the object can be measured accurately, right? It is assumed that the distance between, right? It is assumed that the horizontal distance between the instrument and the object can be measured accurately. This is your instrument and this is your object, right? It can be measured accurately. It is assumed that it can be measured accurately. So this is the first assumption that we are going to do in the first case. Now, B is the instrument station. This B, right? This B is here. We are going to have the instrument station B. Here, B is not noted down in your PPT here, but here B is nothing but your instrument station, right? F is the point to be observed, right? This is the point F where it has to be observed, and its angle has to be, its height has to be measured, right? Angle and the height has to be measured. Then C is the centering of the instrument, right? We have discussed regarding the centering, leveling of the instruments, right? So the C is nothing but the centering of the instrument, right? And we will see the AF, right? What is AF? A and F, it is nothing but the vertical object. This is AF is nothing but the vertical object. Now, what is D? D is equal to CE, the horizontal distance between the object and the instrument. CE, right? The horizontal distance between the instrument and the object. This is the horizontal distance between the instrument and the object, CE, right? Then we will have H1, the height of the instrument at B. This is your H1, right? From here, right? From here, from the ground level, what is the height of the instrument where your line of collimination is going to exactly meet, right? So there what we take it as the height of the instrument, H, right, at B. Now, H is nothing but height FE, right? This H, the height of the object, right? The height of the object, we consider it as an H. Okay. Then S is equal to the reading on the leveling staff held on a vertical benchmark. Here, what we take the reading in order to know what is the, say, if you want to transfer the benchmark reading over here, right? Benchmark reading, if you want to know the height of this particular point, right? What we do is we take the staff reading. So this we call it as an S reading on the leveling staff held at a vertical on a benchmark. So this is from benchmark, whatever the reading it is going to give, we call it as the benchmark reading. S is nothing but the staff reading, right? Staff reading, right? We call it as, right? Then theta is the angle of elevation of the object. So this from here, we are going to make an angle theta with the object, right? So that is what we are interested in. Now, here you need to understand this from the triangle CFE, right? From the triangle CFE. Now, what is tan theta? What I have told? Opposite upon, right? What I have told? I have told opposite upon CE, adjacent. Yes, I have told opposite upon adjacent. So opposite is H and adjacent is D. Okay, so if I opposite is H and adjacent is D. So H by D is equal to tan theta. Okay, so let us again come to this particular figure. What I want, right? Tan theta is equal to H by D. So what I am interested in to find out the H. So D, I want to find out H, distance already I know it. So H is equal to D tan theta, right? So H is equal to D tan theta. Okay, so here if the reading on the staff, here FE is equal to, I'm interested in to find out FE, which is H, right? H is equal to D, your CE tan theta, CE tan theta. So H is equal to, right? So H is equal to D tan theta. So this is what I have shown in that particular figure. Now, if the reading on the staff kept at benchmark is S, right? If the reading of the staff kept at benchmark is yes, right? Then with the line of sight of horizontal, this is nothing but your line of sight, right? This is line of sight. This I call it as a line of sight. So this is line of sight. This I have kept this staff on the benchmark, and I have got, when I look towards this particular object, I will get the height, right? I will get the height of this particular your staff, right, at the benchmark, right? So RL of F, right? Now, which is what I want, the RL of F. Now, what the RL of F is consisting of? Now, RL of the benchmark, this here I will be having some RL, plus I will be having the RL of this, right? The RL of this, that is the staff reading. So RL of BM, here I will be having some reading. Say consider it as 100, right? Consider the benchmark reading over it as 100, right? And again, if I measure this particular angle, if I measure this height, yes, right? So this is going to give me this plus this. So I am having this particular height now, right? With this benchmark and this, I am having the this particular height now. But I want to measure this. Now, how can I measure this? Okay, RL of BM plus S plus H, right? What is H? H is equal to d tan alpha, right? Or d tan theta. H is equal to d tan theta. So this particular height, how I can measure it is, right? The benchmark reading, the staff reading, plus I can have, right, d tan theta, right? I can have d tan theta. The method is usually employed when the distance between the instrument and the object is small, right? Now, the method is employed when the distance between the instrument and object is small. Okay, when the distance between the object and the instrument is very small, then we can have the we can use this particular method. But however, if the distance is large and the combined correction of curvature and refraction also should be applied. Now, when we going to have the correction, I think you know, right? I think you know what is curvature corrections, right? You have studied in your previous semester, right? You have studied in your previous semester. What is I think you know this, right? So now we know that Earth surface, it is not straight, right? If we have the larger distance, right, larger distances on Earth, right, the height between the 2 points will not be the same. Suppose now, if I want to, if my instrument is here, if I want to take the reading over here, the readings will not change much. But if I am keeping my instrument over here, and if I want the reading somewhere over here, right, now I need to apply the correction. Now I need to apply the correction for the curvature. This is your Earth surface, right? This is your Earth surface, right? And I'm keeping my instrument over here, that is instrument station A over here. And if I want to take the reading of an object at point B, right, the level of this and level of this is completely different. I cannot whatever H is equal to d tan alpha, I cannot use it over here. I need to apply some of the correction. So whenever the Earth curvature, right, if we are going to have the angle of elevation, then the correction for curvature will be always positive. If I'm getting the angle of depression, right, or the angle of depression, if I'm getting, then I will be having the I need to use the correction for curvature as minus. Suppose, right, I'll repeat it, right? If the combined correction for curvature and refraction is to be applied linearly, its sign is positive for the angle of elevation, and it is going to be negative for the angle of depression. So what is, if I'm going to get the angle of depression, I should apply, right, whatever the d tan H is equal to d tan alpha, whatever I'm getting to this, I should reduce if I'm getting the angle of depression. If I'm getting the angle of elevation, I should add for the correction curvature. So correction curvature, what I will be utilizing is the formula. What I will be utilizing is, right, C is equal to 0.06728 d square meters, where when d is in kilometer, right? When we are going to measure the far distances, when we are going to measure the far distances, d will be in kilometers, and correction to the curvature we are going to have in meters. Okay, now the RL of F, right, is equal to RL of BM. Now here, if the distance is too small, too large, right? Now my the height will of this particular object will be equal to the benchmark reading plus the staff reading plus H is equal to d tan alpha plus, right, correction for curvature. So this is what I have explained it. Okay, so RL of BM. So this is what RL of BM, and this is what the staff reading S, right? And this is what dH is equal to d tan theta. Okay, and then, right, plus correction to the curvature. From that means I have measured totally overall, I have measured the height of object from this particular point to this particular point, because I have considered all the readings, benchmark reading, staff reading, then I have measured dH is equal to d tan alpha, then again correction for curvature. Is it clear to all? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Shall we solve one problem? Shall we solve one problem? Yes. Or shall we explain solve it in the next class? Is there anything that has to be cleared or repeated once again? Please let me know, because this concept is very, very important. This thing you need to understand. If there is anything that is not understood, please ask me once again. Yes. Yes, anything that has to be told to you once again, anything which is there. Yes.
No, sir.
No,
sir.
No, sir.
Okay, shall we go with the problem, or shall we take it in the next class?
Sir, next class.
Why? Okay, let me repeat this once again, right? Let me repeat this once again, because this is going to be very, very important, right? If you want to understand the problems. Okay, if you want to understand the problems, this is going to be very, very important. Let me explain it once again. Now, why we are going to measure, have the trigonometric leveling? Can anybody tell me? We'll repeat the things. I want the answer from your end, so that if you are answering, I think that you are getting. Okay, so why we are going to have the trigonometric leveling? Yes.
To measure vertical distance.
To measure the vertical distances, or you can say the height. Okay. Now, what is the benchmark reading? What do you mean by benchmark reading? Benchmark reading.
Fixed point.
Okay, it is the ground level at what distance, right? It is the reference leveling or a reference reading what we are having. What is staff reading? Staff reading. I think you know all this from your leveling. Benchmark plus your whatever the staff reading you are going to get on your staff, right?
RL.
So that, yes. Then what is the distance D? What is distance D? Yes. What is distance D? Here I am asking you, what is this distance?
Distance between instrument and object.
Distance between the instrument and the object. What is that?
Horizontal.
Is it a horizontal angle? Who told it is a horizontal angle? What is this theta?
Angle between.
Angle, it is an vertical angle with respect to horizontal line of sight. It is, what is this theta angle is nothing but it is an angle with respect to the horizontal line of sight, the object what we want to look, and with respect to the line of sight. What is this? Okay, then what is, how we can measure this H? How we can measure this H? Height?
H is equal to d tan theta.
Yes, H is equal to d tan theta. Now, if I want to measure this total height,
H plus H1.
yes,
H plus H.
H1 plus H.
H1 plus H. Okay. Good, good, very good, very good. So I hope everything is getting understood you by you people. So I think if it is clear, then we can go on solving the problem. But within 10 minutes, I cannot able to solve that particular problem. So I hope we will be taking this particular problem in the next class. Is there anything that is not understood by anyone?
No,
Yes?
sir.
No? Not understood, Akash Devani? Anything you have not understood?
I understood, sir.
Okay, fine. So hope you have got all the things from this particular class. If any doubts are there, please let me ask. Okay, please ask. If any doubts are there, please ask. Harshita Patel, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. And I hope we should end the class over here. We will discuss regarding two problems. We will discuss on the first case, right? On the first case, that is when the object base of the object is visible, right? When the base of the object is visible, we will take this particular thing in the next class. Okay, we will take this particular thing in the next class. Okay, we'll meet in the next class. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.